It's fine. Hey. Hi, this is Saddleborn Podcast. This is Danner. This is Matthew.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Sadie Schick, and I'm Michelle Philippi.
Yeah. And so today we're going to kind of figure out your guys' background. And so let's start with Matt a little bit. And
That's Matthew.
Maddie's great.
Maddie's great. I like Maddie better, so I'm going to call you Maddie.
Alrighty.
So tell us, where did you come from?
I'm from a small town in East Texas called Malakoff, and when I say small, it's about 2,000 people. So to some people that may be big, to most people that's very small. But yeah, I'm from East Texas.
Okay. And so Maddie here, you are a producer. You do videography. What kind of lit the fire for that?
I mean, I guess I've always been creative ever since I was little. I was always into making different things, and then just grew up always going to the movie theater and watching movies with my folks, and my grandparents showed me a lot of, the classic westerns, and it was just something that seemed super far away, especially being in a small town in Texas. It's growing up, it's Hollywood, and I remember like watching the special features on the DVD and watching how they would make a movie and feeling like that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, but that's not real. That's somewhere far away.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of funny, but when I was probably 10 years old, I got really into skateboarding and surfing, which was so different than, obviously small town Texas. And I started watching a lot of those surf and skate videos. And that was kind of my first, I was like, you know what, I'm going to move to California, Southern California, and I'm going to be like a skate filmmaker. I'm going to make these skate videos.
But you did. You got a 4-year degree.
It did, yeah. And then it kind of transitioned when I got into high school. Like, narrative filmmaking became more interesting, writing a script and actors and directors and that kind of thing. And so I knew that I wanted to study it further, and that all of the great filmmakers, a lot of them came from LA, and that's where the studios still were. And so that would be the best place for me to study. And then also it kind of just aligned with, well, I've always thought that place is interesting and it's completely different than where I'm from. So yeah, then I went to Pepperdine for film school for 4 years out in California. Yeah, and then now I'm back in Texas doing the thing, which is how we all met, all of us actually.
Let's go down that road for a minute. So how did you meet Matthew?
Well, so the part of the story where our trails intersect is music. I was raised, by my parents, sings country and western music.
And Sadie and I just got the privilege of being in your guys' music video.
You sure did.
Yes.
And Matthew shot one not very long ago for a song called Who. The video is called Who. And so what we're trying to accomplish is capture Western lifestyle and the music that goes along with it. And Elko has been, you've got a lot of legends that have ended up here, from
Absolutely.
Ian Tyson, Kurt Marcus, Ross Knox, Claude Dallas,
Chris Ledoux is here.
Oh yeah, so many names. And so it's a real neat place. I've been coming here for a lot of years, off and on. And so this was the place for this video. It's about a traveling musician, living life on the road, living free. But yeah, that's why we're here. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We sure appreciate the hospitality of the people that we've met.
Back to Matthew for a minute.
Well, first I want to ask Danner, though. So you make music yourself then, too, right?
I do. I dabble in it. I kind of try and dabble in all the arts just because I love them. I have not settled on one that I've decided to, perfect. But I'm a connoisseur of all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's music and poetry?
Yeah.
Music, I appreciate poetry, but music, film.
Okay, gotcha.
So Matthew, what are your dreams in film?
Well, the long-term one, would be to, my own version of making it to Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
I would love to have, I have a few stories or a few movie ideas that I know, like, all right, these are the ones, like, if there's, you get to make 3 or 4 movies in your life, these are for sure the stories that I want to do. But that would be the goal. I don't need to be rich or famous or anything like that, but just create a space where, we get a group of people, we go tell a story, and then, have people come watch them in the theater.
So what kind of do you have like a genre in particular, like of those stories you want to tell?
Well, it's kind of funny because, they say, art imitates life, and especially when it comes to writing. I mean, even the last couple of projects that I've written and directed are complete reflections of me in different ways, even when you're not conscious of it. And so when I think about the next couple of projects, and especially the next one that I'm currently writing, I mean, it's just kind of a different version of my story and my reflection and my point of view. I don't know, it depends on who watches the things that I make, but they are definitely more art forward. But if I were to categorize them as like a genre, I always call it dramatic surrealism.
Oh, okay.
So something that's like feels very grounded, very real, almost like a documentary. Like it makes complete sense, like real life, true to life.
Yeah.
And then finding some way in the story to really let you see within the characters, even if that's like through a dream sequence or through something that's a little more like maybe this wouldn't happen in real life, or maybe this is a little psychedelic, for lack of a better term, but it really lets you see those inner thoughts of the characters and what's going on. And so I've always called it dramatic surrealism.
And so with that, like, we always kind of like chip away at things as we're working towards goals. Do you have to start with like film festivals or something like that to try and get your work out there?
Well, it's really interesting because, in the late 90s, early 2000s, the film festival was exactly the way. It was actually this weekend. And I made a joke to Danner earlier. I'm like, yeah, everyone's at Sundance talking. Well, no, I was like, we're out here actually making something.
We're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. But
we'll be there eventually.
That's exactly how I feel. I was like, if I go, I want to be there when I'm showing my own movie. But there's a little bit of a dead space with film festivals right now because, I mean, the same way that this format works, you're recording it on a cell phone. There's so much competitiveness.
No,
this is
this is
I know what you're looking at. That's a video camera.
Nobody knows.
I thought it was the New Holland tractor.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's what it is.
But it's super competitive, because even with what we made this weekend, it's pretty accessible to people. And so with the latest project that I did, there was such a quick turnaround. Wrote the script in February, we shot the film in April, and then we premiered it in July, which films can take 2 years to come out. So that was a very quick turnaround. And originally we premiered it in Dallas. It was supposed to be one big screening, and we had a couple hundred people come out. And then just through how social media works, the Western community specifically really accepted it. And we had so many offers to come play it. And so we traveled around Texas and played it a handful of different times, and ended it at the NFR this year, which is totally not on our, like, anywhere we thought the movie would go. But
Congratulations.
Yeah.
but it's just, that is, I don't know, better than me submitting an email to a film festival and waiting to hear back for a year. Like, am I going to get to show it or not? It's like, we'll do it ourselves and, use social media and the people that want to watch the movie and give it to them and not delay that process. So that's how I found, is through Instagram and TikTok and the way that whole thing works has been really successful in getting. I mean, that's exactly how I got to work with his family and stuff, is through, we saw your work, like through the internet. And so that's become way more powerful than a film festival,
Because Matthew, you work with some bigger companies in Texas.
Yeah, probably my they'd be happy to hear my biggest client.
Let's hear it.
My biggest client is Lone Star Beer, the national beer of Texas. I do a lot of their creative direction.
Plug.
Right, shameless plug.
Me and Matthew are dual citizens.
Exactly.
Texans first and then America.
Exactly.
Right.
And then I've done some different stuff for the the beer company 805, and then I did a lot of work for
805's from Nevada.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
Not to correct you. Not to be rude. Yeah, and then I did some work this year for ABBI, which is the American Bucking Bulls Incorporated. They're like a sister company to the PBR. So I got to do some stuff with them, and then just some independent projects, the music video stuff. And so I don't know. I kind of say yes to anything that I find interesting.
So, Danner, how did you get into music? Your dad? You grew up watching him sing?
Yeah, I grew up being a roadie, full-time roadie, just traveling around.
Yeah.
And we'd go to Elko, we'd go to Monterey, California, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Williamsburg, Virginia, all over the place have Western film Western cowboy and poetry festivals. It's a whole circuit and a whole culture that people don't, fully know. And within that is it's a very broad spectrum of music and culture within it. You've got like the Sons of the Pioneers that are living in the 1940s and 50s, in their nudie shirts and their wild rags. And
This is a family show.
that's a name. That's a name brand.
Oh, okay.
But then you've got the guys that do it for a living, and you've got them playing too.
Yeah.
And so you've just got a broad spectrum of people that want to appreciate the different Western arts and culture from a lot of different angles. And so it's really pretty, and that's what we're here for.
So I just have a question.
Yeah.
If I come to Tennessee, should I cuff my jeans up like you guys?
Texas.
If I come to Texas,
Well,
should I cuff my jeans up like you guys?
You buy longer jeans than your legs so that
But
when
then
they
if
shrink
you want
over
to
time.
ride, you uncuff them?
Not necessarily.
Oh. I just want to look like a Texan. So if I come to Texas, do I cuff them up when I get off the plane?
Well, you don't wear one of them flat brim cowboy hats. Not in
Yeah.
Texas.
I don't own one.
You don't wear those hats.
Yeah, you won't fit in.
I mean, because
It goes either way. If you come to Nevada in a 2-dot, they're going to judge you here and see how long your rope is. And if you go to Texas in a flat brim hat,
I just
you're
look
gonna
back
have to.
at some of our photos and like the jeans are cuffed. And I'm like, Sadie, you want to fit in or not?
I cuff my jeans all the time.
Well, shit, I do on occasion.
Yeah.
But
If you think about Halloween and the
'Cause
costumes
cute.
people dress up in, from knights to pirates to cowboys,
Yeah.
cowboys are still living, and all of their clothing, the way that we dress, is completely practical.
where are you going after this?
Well, I'm going back to Texas, and then I got a few, what am I doing next? Yeah, I got a few jobs with Lone Star this month, and then hopefully a commercial spot in March. And then my plan is I was going to actually do it this week, but then I ended up booking this job, is to go somewhere quiet and to write.
Every artist has got to have a place where they can recluse. And
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you recluse at?
Anywhere in between the trips.
So I noticed the other day when we were filming, you were playing guitar, singing, and everything. When did you pick up guitar?
I'd always kind of had one in my hands, but when I changed from just banging on it to actually making chords and notes was probably about 10 to 13. I remember driving to a gig with Dad, and he had the mahogany guitar that was supposed to be on this trip. Long story, but
okay.
We're going to a gig, and I remember I just sat in the back seat with the guitar and played while Dad drove. And that's when the real magic started for me, as I went, oh wow, I don't even know chords, but I can make some music on this.
So do you play anything else besides the guitar?
I don't hate this question, but it's a revealing question. I played tuba in high school. I am actually a 3-time state championship for the wind ensemble in New Mexico.
Maddie, when did you pick up your camera for the first time?
Oh gosh. My grandfather he was kind of the designated family photographer. So he always kind of had a camera around. And then, I don't know. I can remember starting, YouTube had really gotten kind of big. Like, okay, I can just make whatever I want to make. And so it started off with a couple little point and shoot cameras and then a GoPro, and then it kind of progressed as time went on. And I didn't get my first probably legit camera when I really took it seriously and started making projects until high school. And there was always something you could film, and I filmed a lot of myself and just told random little stories and just made them for me. But it's kind of, it's funny. So I'm like, could you imagine me doing anything else but this? And they're like, I don't know what else you would do. So it's kind of one of those things I'm young, but storytelling and this stuff's been a part of what I've done for a while now. People ask me, how long have you been making stuff? And I'll give away my age here. I'll be like, 23 years.
Now you're a storyteller, Matthew. You got stories locked in you that it may take time, but you're going to release them, man.
And they're begging to get out.
Yeah. And so you'd mentioned writing, right? So is it the writing and the video that you like both kind of equally, or is there one part of it that's more up your alley, I guess?
Right. Well, I think if it came down to it, I would just be a director, you know, and the director is such a loose term anymore, but just essentially being in control of like, this is the story, this is the location, setting, tone, like just in complete control of the idea. But the reason I've kind of written is because, you know, like in Hollywood and stuff, there's scripts out there and a director will get offered, oh, would you like to come direct this script? Well, now it's like, if I want to make a movie, somebody's going to write the story, and so I'm going to have to be the one to write it. And then there's things in my life and things that are important to me that I think deserve to be written and shared with people out there. But I think mostly directing.
Yeah.
So I'll write it, shoot it, direct it, and then edit it and sound. I understand the whole process.
Yeah.
But yeah, directing solely would be where I would be headed.
And then you're able to, I feel like then you're able to guide people too, right? While you're trying to create whatever you're creating, if you have people under you, you can delegate because you understand their job, right?
Exactly, and that's the thing too, is I know like I can edit, and yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing about especially like movies, motion pictures, whatever. It's so there's a director, but it's fully a team, and it's really that director's job to know, I'm gonna hire this person to do this thing because I know they can almost do it better than me.
Really good delegation.
Exactly,
skills.
you know, and directing is, you know, it's almost like being a psychologist. It's like listening and watching all these people and be like, all right, they're all on my team, and how do I get them all to work together and understand them and where they're at and how to talk to
and play to their strengths. So when you're doing your jobs right now, are you kind of like a one-man band, or do you have a team that you're kind of having to work with?
It depends. It depends on what I'm working on. Every gig takes, you know, kind of has different expectations and takes a different group of people. You know, I'm kind of precious about it in a way, even with the music video we just did. And, you know, I wouldn't be here without, you know, Lisa. Lisa is kind of the...
Your mama.
Yeah.
Mama Lisa.
Yeah.
Mama
she's
Lisa.
But yes, it's a team effort, and we can't do it without all the people that location scout and talent scout and, you know, producers and all those sort of things. But the director's job is a little special because you just, you know, you're and if things go wrong, they all look at you. You know, so it's a hard job, but yeah, I'm in the position now where I will work with a team of people. I have worked with a team of people, and then also too, people do hire me because they like, oh, we can hire you to do the whole thing, and it's your whole taste. And
you are a large part of the team. There's a lot of moving stuff as far as sets and actors and props. Anyway, the first one was a lot smaller scale as far as we had to shoot on a ranch.
And so I think I saw that video. And so was that at your place, or?
Well, that was at my brother's place.
Oh, okay. And so you guys were comfortable, and I think Lisa talked to us a little bit about that, how it was kind of fun because you guys already all knew each other. So a whole new can of worms this time, going into a town you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
People you don't know, you know.
And all of our scouting was once we got here. We drove around. We looked for neon lights. Mostly Matthew and my mom.
No, I mean, she had a lot to do with it. She made I mean, that's how we're connected to you guys right now. She made a post somewhere on social media, and she was like, I have this many trucks, I have this many locations, I have this many people who want to be in the video. I was like,
how'd you guys pick?
Sweet.
I don't know. I mean, it was kind of just like energy based. Like, we had people come, and it was like where they fit in at the bar naturally. And we kind of just you guys were there, kind of just let things happen the way that they did, not telling you where to sit specifically. Or
it was very organic.
Yeah, just kind of let the people themselves fill the space, you know.
What are you doing with your life now, currently, down there in Amarillo?
Oh my goodness, my life.
Yeah.
Well, I have a wonderful girlfriend named Olivia, and we got a big old truck that we just got, big old Dodge 3500, and we're going to start shopping for a camper.
And you guys are going to travel?
We're going to hit the road.
Oh my
and
goodness.
We're just kind of chasing some quiet and to let God show us where our passions and our strong suits are, and we're gonna let the quiet do that. And then, you know, I'm gonna start camping more and filming some survival type stuff. I love the stories of the pioneers and the different things that they had to do coming west to be able to survive. You know, they got caught in blizzards and had to eat their horses. God forbid, sometimes they had to eat their friends.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to try that out, but I would
Wow, I hope not.
I would like to kind of relive some of those scenarios and be like, look at how hard it is to start a fire. I just got back from Alaska, and we tried a camping spot up there, and the wood looked great, but we found out it's so close to the ocean.
Oh, it's too wet. Yeah.
We could not start a fire. And so anyway, those people were hard, and we live in a world where we've got heated seats and instant everything.
Let's talk about Alaska a little bit. What were you doing up there?
Well, my buddy is starting a YouTube vlogging channel of just what I talked about. We graduated high school and we ran up to Minnesota and worked for the Boy Scouts, taking out canoe trips into the 1 million square acre wilderness of the oh gosh, why can't I remember the name? The Wilderness Canoe Area. It's great up there. Northern Minnesota, southern Ontario.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's where we got our start with all of that. And been a lot of pretty places. A lot of really desolate, isolated places, and it's good.
Yeah.
Good for the soul.
Give us something else that we're missing. A piece of the pie.
An important piece of the pie is we need to make sure that we officially, the video is for the song Living Free.
Oh yeah.
Which was written by my brother Coulter, who's a big part of the last video, being shot on his place. He wrote the song when he was rodeoing and traveling around singing music. He kind of chased that for a while. He's got a great voice, great guitar player. But he wrote it, and my dad picked it up, and it's on his new album, and so that song will be on that album. I don't have the specifics on the dates, but go check it out.
Okay.
You'll see the video on YouTube shortly.
And get to see all your work together. Yeah.
Yeah, and we really appreciate what you guys do.
Is this Friday?
It does?
It does release this Friday. The single releases this Friday, and the video will be shortly.
That's a quick turnaround, you guys. So, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And it was such a great weekend getting to know everybody. We had a lot of fun, so we can't wait.
appreciate you guys for coming on Saddleborn Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We
Yeah.
appreciate your platform.
All right, well, let's wrap her up.